There, I'll move over in front of the light. Hi, welcome to February 1st, Sheepy Hollow, and a little chit-chat on what's going on around my desk. What I mean by that is I've got a drawer full of little tiny knives. I've always got a knife with me. Something, whether it's big or small. And I always carry these two right here. This one and this one. And I'll save the two big ones for last. I tried to do this video before, but problem is the other cameras that I got only record up to 5 minutes because they're too old, and I don't have a proper camera to do these videos in. But anyway, my first knife I got when I worked out west from a company called Bouchard Electric. It's a nice handy little knife. It holds an edge like crazy, and of all things, it's a Zippo. Focus, as they say, focus, focus. Now, I like this because it sits in your pocket nice and flat. It's pretty thin. I used to lug this thing around and clip it on my belt. It's got a little clip for it. And it's got a nail file and another little blade. And this is also a Zippo, but I don't use this at all anymore. I used to stick it in my change purse, which I'll show you that right now. That's kind of neat because I've got a knife in there too, I think. Always get knives somewhere. Oh, look at this. I got another one of those, and this one's got Petro-Canada. So I've got 3 little Zippos. This one here really holds an edge. And anyway, I keep it in there with an emergency can opener. And if you've never used one of these, or if you don't have one, it folds up flat and it fits nice away in a change purse. And in my purse, I call it a purse, and I'll show you that in a second, I've got a pair of tweezers that I can use for getting slivers out or whatever, pulling nose hairs out, you know, that kind of stuff. And I still have this medallion from when I quit drinking, and this summer I'll be sober 30 years. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So here's the change purse that I put in my back pocket, and it just opens and it nicely folds back together. I had a student, I was a teacher for a few years in the Middle East, and I had a student copy this and made one out of paper. I was quite impressed. I bought a whole bunch of them, and as you can see, that's all it is. Some guy figured out how to fold it all up and make a change purse out of it. Now, here's a knife that I got from my grandfather. He's long gone now. He died probably a good 50 years ago. And this thing here's got to be pretty rare in itself. It doesn't have much in the way of ID on it, but it's a Norbston. I don't know if you can see that or not. I can figure out where the light is. You think that helps when I go make funny faces? Anyway, this got a couple of blades on it too. I just keep it in the drawer to use in case I ever want to. You can see the tip has been damaged. It's a little different because both blades come out the same side, meaning they can have a nice bottom on it. If you compare that to a more modern one, these blades on the bottom one, they can go in different directions. Like it can open up from either side. Now this one here is a bulker. And it didn't take long. Pretty rough on things. There used to be a little tiny medallion in here that said Bulker knives or something like that. Well, it wasn't glued in very good and it popped out, and that's the end of that. Now I've had this thing here for over 40 years. I collect these things. Today I'm only going to talk about the little ones in the drawer or what I carry in my pocket. Oh, that's another one. Here's another one that I used to carry all the time too. Anybody recognize this? Its initials on it are B and G for Bob and Giselle, and I have given my wife one, a nice little red one, and my son, I gave him one, and it's in blue. And these are the little baby Spydercos. I can't remember exactly what they're called. I kind of like them in the fact that I can sharpen this part up. Well, it's still sharp, but it's got that serration on it so that you can use it for cutting rope and stuff like that. Especially, I use a lot of that yellow rope. I'm not sure what they call it, polyethylene or polypropylene or something like that. I use a lot of that. Now in this little case here, I got from when I worked at a company called Chevron, and it's a little tiny Victorinox. They also gave me a couple more knives, and one of them I'm missing. What I like about this is it's got a pair of working scissors, and I have used it. I love the toothpick. Mind you, most of my teeth I can take out and look at without having to stick a toothpick in there now. And a pair of tweezers for whatever you need. And it also comes with, oh, the other side, a nail file and another little utility blade. Chevron was a pretty good company to work for in itself. Now, oh look, I got another one. This one came from Dura Metallic. I'm not exactly sure what they do. I think they sell flanges. And it also comes with a little tweezers and another little toothpick. I used to have one of those toothpicks in my little change purse all the time, but it seemed to have disappeared somewhere. And it comes with this too, and oh, where is it? This one's been made in China. Around the other door. Hey, over here. Dog wants in. I got two doors coming in here. Come here. Now this knife, this is my #1 go-to knife in the drawer. Hey boy. You get both of them? Yeah. All right.
You need the light on?
Yes. Uh-huh. Should have known that by looking on the side. This is a charade. It's got 3 blades. This little tiny guy is the one I use most of the time. And it's razor sharp. It's great for around your fingernails, stuff like that, and you want to cut something really small and you got to have control of your blade. This one here, I think they call it a sheep's foot, and it's, well, they're all pretty sharp. I should show you that. Make a liar out of me. I don't sharpen these things very much, but they are sharp. There's that blade. Not as sharp. But I don't use this very much because I use a couple of the other knives more. And another thing I got here is a little Leatherman Micro. And it comes with a bunch of little tools as well. I used to lug that thing around with me all the time too. And I used to have a ring put down on the bottom for carrying, my keychain. It's hard to find really good quality rings like that's on this one here. What is it? Lost it already. Oh, here it is. Like that little ring there. Really durable. Fits good on the... it just drops in here. All right. Yeah, wait. Okay. And on the other side is another set of tweezers. Another little file. And a can opener. And this little screwdriver here, I think is also usable for stabbing holes in leather. So like say if you want to get a hole started in leather for a belt, you can have it there too. Also, when you fold it up, there's a couple of rulers on it. There's an inch, and the metric one on the other side. Of all the knives that I lug around, this one here is a Gerber 400. It's got the clip on it, and it's sharp. And I use this one all the time. What do they call that? The go-to knife? I could really use a proper knife sharpener. I've got some stones, and I use another little gizmo. What I did is I took an old deer antler, I drilled a hole in here, stuck a piece of rod in there, drilled a hole in the back of a bolt so that I could thread or glue the bolt back on there. That's on there good, it ain't coming off. So what I do is I thread this on there. And on the other end, I take it off, and now I've got a diamond grit here. And I use this for touching up every once in a while. Trying to see if I could fill a burr on it or not. Let's see here. What do you got? There, that helps it out quite a bit. Of all the years I've been sharpening knives, and I'll do a separate video on just the different sharpeners that I got here. But this one here works really good. This can keep a sharp knife sharp, and it does a bit of a job for resharpening it, but it doesn't take enough material off to be able to get it to the point where there's that burr. Now this one here is a knife that backwards. It's a one that's got a weird, it's a Carson design, but it's got a weird way of unlocking it. You see that up on here? That's got to be pulled out of the way, and then inside you've got to be able to push on that, flip it here, and then you can get it to break open. I don't use it much. I don't flick with it off with the little thumb thing here. But if you need to open it up, you can open it up real quick here with a flip. And then it opens it right up. Now, I've also got, there's that piece of paper, on my desk. Ow. Is a Leatherman Surge. And I keep that handy here because I know where it is. And it's got a bunch, I bought the extra bits to go with it. But I don't use it very much. Since I was sick a couple of years ago, I gained quite a bit of weight and haven't been able to get back into my pants properly yet. So I can't wear a belt on my coveralls. I suppose I could. But then I don't want to walk around in the city either with a great big hunting knife or whatever on the side of my knives. But that really pretty well covers most of the knives that I can see at the desktop here. I usually have more stuff. I will have another video coming out with my bigger knives. I have maybe 15, 20 knives, maybe more, that I use for when I go hunting. If I need to be prying with something, I have like a bayonet. I've got quite a variety of knives that I enjoy using. I suppose I collect knives because firearms are pretty expensive to buy. Anyway, that's well, since we're talking about things that cut, I might as well empty out the rest of the drawer. I've got 3 more of those openers. Little pair of pliers for handy around the desk. I've got a great big toenail clipper with a fish degorger on the one end. And it's got a bit of an awl on it, but I've never used it. And it's not a very good blade. There's that. One of those little utility knives. I don't use this either because I'm wondering if I can, I gotta go see if I can find more blades for it before I start using it. I also got this little one that's engraved. This one happens to be my late dad's toenail clipper. And on my keys, I've got an identical one that I carry around. And these ones work really good. What else we got in there? And I always carry something for removing ticks, in case you're so unlucky to get one. And I've always got a carabiner of some sort, and I usually carry several of these things around with me because I've got 2 large dogs, and sometimes I can't hang on to the leash and and the dog or the dogs at the same time. So what I'll end up doing is if, until I get control of them, I'll put the carabiner around a tree and just hook it back onto the leash till the dog settles himself down. Not that I have a problem with the dogs or not, but I generally don't. And I got a pair of emergency scissors that I can use at my desk as well in the drawer. Never use them. Like collecting them. Oh, there's another carabiner. And that's it for on my desk. As far as that stuff goes. I think so. The only other thing I got there is a couple of pencil sharpeners, but nobody wants to see that. So I'll let you go. I hope you have a great month. I should be back in a week or so. I'm going to strive to make at least a video on a Saturday, if not more. And I really like to say thank you for all the new subscribers. If you liked the video and you managed to stay out to the end, please comment. I read them all. There's not many, but I do read them all. And you have a great week. Bye-bye.